Hey guys, I'm Lincoln Log, and today we are doing a review / summary of the final battle part of the War of YouTube series. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many of you guys actually read the full description on the soundtrack video that Dylan posted a little while back. And since the War of YouTube is starting soon, I thought it was a good idea to get a good refresher of what's kind of happened, so you kind of understand what's going on. And the other reason is that I feel like a visual way of this would be better too. So let's get started. It all began years ago. Brendan and Josh, friends but greater foes. Both of them were extremely skilled in their dojo class, both claiming to be the best. Sadly, there could only be one best. The sensei one day put them against each other in a best-of-3 series. After a very, very long 2 rounds, the score was even at 1. The sensei ended it though, and it remained unknown of who was the best. I feel like that came off a little more dramatic than it needed to be, but we're going to go with that. Alright, the first video I'm talking about was sadly deleted, but I was able to recover most of the important footage, so we're going to be good. One day in a more present time, Josh was chilling at his house, doing what he needed to do, all that good stuff. And then he came. Brendan broke into his house. Josh was confused. He didn't understand, didn't know why Brendan was there. And Brendan said he wanted to finish the duel they never finished. Who was truly the best? Josh knew he couldn't back down from this. It had to be finished once and for all. Josh won and badly injured Brendan, who was then sent to the hospital. Josh thought what his friends might think of him for this, so he went on the run. Before any news broke out, Lincoln Log was meeting his fateful nemesis, Siren King, who default danced on him. After a little bit, the news broke out. The first 2 to hear about it were the brothers, Lincoln and Xander. Both took the completely opposite view from it. Lincoln sided with Josh, saying that he was simply defending himself and that Brendan had no right being there. But Xander said that Brendan was in the right, that he was truly better and that Josh got completely lucky, and also that sending Brendan to the hospital was simply unnecessary. The brothers couldn't side with each other, and Xander finally decided to challenge Lincoln. Lincoln took the offer. The battle was close, right to the end. But Lincoln stepped his foot out, and Xander took full advantage. He won, but he knew there would be much more to this. He said that he'd save Lincoln for the final battle, and went off. As Lincoln was recovering from his battle, he decided to make a great new friend, Patrick Shoulderstopper III. At this point, he didn't know that Dylan would side with Xander. He also didn't know that Xander went to Dylan and told him everything he did. So it was kind of weird that this kind of happened, but it did. They became very good buds. And they even made a full-run joke that Lincoln had actually killed him, but didn't. After Lincoln and Xander's fight, Rowan decided to get revenge for Lincoln and challenged Dylan. They both met at that bridge, and Dylan asked why Josh put Brendan in the hospital in the first place. And Rowan kind of rehashed, saying that he was defending himself. Rowan said that his side really wanted peace, and they didn't really want to fight in the first place. And Dylan didn't want to fight either, but he was fighting for Brendan. So they had to fight. Dylan came out on top and met up with Xander. But when they came back for Rowan, he was gone. This was the start of the final battle. It was that fateful day. Xander and Dylan versus Lincoln and Rowan. The ultimate 2v2 battle that would go down in history. Both sides came up on that hill and talked. Lincoln said that there was no point in peace now. We came so far that fighting was really the only option. Xander full-fledged agreed. This had to be ended. Dylan didn't think so though. He said that we could talk this out. But Lincoln again, there's no point. The fight must happen. and so it began. Some cool moves and some epic things, stunts, whatever happened, some funny stuff. Jesus, I remember getting twirled there. I don't think I came out the same. Anyways, after a little while, Dylan had KO'd Rowan and Lincoln had dealt with Xander. It came down to the final two where they trash talked. The final battle truly happened. Dylan versus Lincoln. Dylan gained the upper hand easily. Lincoln countered a bit and got on top of Dylan. But then Dylan full-fledged just F5'd him, and well, that was the end of that. Dylan realized that what he had done and what they all had done was wrong. Dylan and Lincoln shared their true feelings about the situation, both saying that they never should have fought and that it was Brendan and Josh's fault. They both made peace. The point is, there really is no sides anymore, and that the entire D&D squad was now full again. This wasn't the end, though. To summarize, Brendan and Josh's small conflict quickly erupted because of alliances. Lincoln had met his enemy, but also made it a trusted companion. Rowan avenged Lincoln, but got clapped, and then a final battle happened where they all made peace. But it wasn't the end. So next time we'll talk about the log fight cuts. This was kind of short, it was pretty straightforward. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.